When will it be normal again? When will the streets, the airports, the places that bring us joy be full? The hope is 2021 will be that year. This week, we'll show you what a slice of life looks like in a society.
We haven't been living, we've been surviving.
Stepping through a pandemic day by day.
So hopefully, when it comes to the future, I'm impacting how we're no longer surviving, but we're living.
Until the normal we're waiting for returns. This is The Race. Welcome to The Race. I'm Chris Stewart. The lights still may be on here in Las Vegas, but there is much that is still missing. No big city's economy has been impacted as hard as the one here in Las Vegas. But a glimmer of hope in this dark time is the reason that some people are still coming here. And it's for a reason that's as Vegas as it gets.
Secure to the buckle in front.
When you touch down in Las Vegas,
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Las Vegas.
you can feel the difference.
Carefully. Thank you.
But while there is an emptiness, not everyone has left the building.
Before COVID, we would do easily 30 weddings a day.
A Vegas landmark since the 70s. The Graceland Wedding Chapel, in the best of times, holds weddings every 15 minutes throughout the day. Led by the most Vegas of icons. Beneath the gems, sunglasses, and hair
You want to check the audio? Can you hear it?
is Brendan Paul.
Not only Elvis, but also owner of the Graceland Wedding Chapel. Hello, hello.
He's an ordained minister,
Sorry, folks, I've been drinking a little bit. So.
and no doubt an entertainer.
Everyone, please rise for the bride. Wise men say. I sing a song, the bride cries. I say, was the singing that bad? No, but falling in love.
He's also a businessman. Part of a Vegas institution of tiny chapels that offer weddings that are fast, inexpensive, sometimes spur of the moment, and world famous.
Between a husband and a wife.
Half of his business was from outside the U.S. before the pandemic.
France, Germany, Brazil, England, so that's who we did the most of, and they're not allowed to come, so.
Keeping the lights on is harder in one of the brightest places on Earth. When the pandemic hit, more than a quarter of workers in Las Vegas were out of a job by April. Unemployment isn't as high today, but is still the highest of any major metro area in America. Casinos are open, but many seats at slot machines and tables are empty. Marquee events like the Consumer Electronics Show, which typically brings around 170,000 people to the city each year, have gone virtual. For now, Vegas relies on those still willing to make the trip.
Yeah, baby.
We want everybody to have hand sanitizer. They have machines shut down, every other machine. They're doing a great job in that respect. I think we feel more than safe.
Complete with blue suede shoes, the Swensons came from Minnesota to renew their vows.
Love me tender.
We were both Vegas people, so we're like, what's more Vegas than getting married by Elvis?
You have me.
These days, Elvis wears a mask and only allows half as many people inside.
I jump up on the pew now because of COVID. I used to walk the bride and groom down the aisle dancing, but we had to kind of alter things.
Las Vegas is still a city down on its luck, but there is hope 2021 will be the year it shines the way it did before the pandemic.
I promise to be your hunk of burning love.
At Graceland, Brendan says business is getting better. The ceremonies he leads may not be for everyone.
So on behalf of the Graceland Wedding Chapel and the suit that I wear,
but the king himself will tell you, in these difficult times, the message behind them is something we can all bet on as we hope to get back to what we consider normal.
life is hard, especially now with COVID, and you see things and economic downturns and things. My God, Love is almost like the last thing that don't lose that. Don't turn your back on that.
Local restaurant owners are staying open despite local COVID emergency orders. Amanda Brandeis set out to find out why.
It's been a year of extreme highs and lows.
This year has been a roller coaster ride for sure.
With every twist and turn.
It's been a roller coaster ride.
Taking a toll on livelihoods and emotions.
The ups and the downs and not knowing from one day to the next whether or not you're actually going to be stocking the fridges and then be closed down 2 days later.
It's been mentally and emotionally more than anyone should ever have to deal with.
But for restaurant owner Paula Varakis, there's been one constant.
I'd go to jail 100 times over for this staff.
After shutting down her San Diego restaurant, Varakis reopened despite state mandates ordering them to close.
And the reason was pretty simple. My staff wouldn't be able to make their rent. It was that easy.
In addition to their liquor license being threatened, she says they faced potential fines and criminal charges.
And none of that mattered. My staff is grateful, and they show that by showing up. They show that by picking up shifts. They show that by working longer hours. They show that by being safe.
What we told them is open safely.
Attorney Michael Curran says hundreds of other businesses have followed suit.
Our goal is to get the restaurants, the salons, and the bars open, no conditions, and doing it safely.
His law firm is offering free legal guidance to business owners nationwide who want to reopen.
We literally had a dozen or so of our restaurants say, if it wasn't for you guys, if it wasn't for this movement, we were going to turn in the keys. We were done.
Business owners say they recognize the health challenges brought on by the pandemic, but don't believe blanket policies are the solution.
Everybody stays at home. Places like this close down. They may not ever open back up. And that's just another piece of the community that you've lost.
And while Varakis has been able to keep this restaurant open, her Denver location remains closed.
It just doesn't work like that in colder climates, places like New York or Denver, or even, like Seattle. It's just, it makes it unenjoyable to go outside. And
unsure when the roller coaster ride will end, Varakis is doing what she can to keep her staff employed and get musicians working through live music events.
I've always said that live music feeds your soul, makes your soul smile, right? And I think that right now, we as just individuals and as people that have been dealing with this pandemic for almost a year, we need our souls to smile again.
For The Race, I'm Amanda Brandeis reporting.
There are some personal conversations that are happening more in barbershops.
In the African American community, barbers are therapists as well.
The barbers turning trips to their chairs into potentially life-saving moments when the race continues.